Customs Memorandum Order, CMO. Number 13/2020. Subject: Policies and Guidelines for the Availment of Scholarship Programs of the Bureau of Customs Personnel. Introduction. This Customs Memorandum Order, CMO, hereby establishes the policies and guidelines for the availment of the scholarship programs of the Bureau of Customs, BOC, personnel pursuant to pertinent civil service rules and regulations. Section 1. Scope. This order applies to all permanent employees of the BOC in all groups, offices, and collection districts, who wish to avail of local and foreign scholarship grants approved by the BOC Commissioner and/or authorized representatives. Section 2. Objectives. This order is being issued to 2.1 Promote educational advancement and foster career development of deserving BOC personnel through scholarship opportunities. 2.2 Prescribe policies, guidelines, and procedures to facilitate selection and screening of candidates for scholarship programs to ensure that availment of scholarship opportunities is done on a competitive basis, and 2.3 Set forth the obligations and responsibilities of the grantees, as well as the entitlements and incentives BOC shall provide. Section 3. General Policies. 3.1 Scholarship programs include all government, private, non-government organization, and foreign-assisted scholarship grants for formal and non-formal education, example graduate and postgraduate studies, diploma courses, fellowship programs. 3.2 All invitations to, and requests for availment of, scholarship programs must be forwarded to the Internal Administration Group, IAG, through the Interim Training and Development Division, ITDD. 3.3 Availment of scholarship programs must be approved by the Commissioner of Customs and/or authorized representatives from the list of applicants submitted by the IAG. 3.4 Selection of nominees shall be done in the most objective and efficient manner, subject to existing pertinent government rules and regulations. 3.5 The following requirements shall be imposed upon nominees for scholarship programs. 3.5.1 Must hold a permanent position and have rendered at least 2 years of continuous service as permanent employees in the Bureau. 3.5.2 Must not be more than 55 years old at the time of application for scholarship program. 3.5.3 Have at least very satisfactory performance ratings for the last 2 consecutive rating periods preceding the period of application for scholarship program. 3.5.4 Have no foreign or local scholarship grant in the past 2 years. 3.5.5 Have no pending service obligation from previous local or foreign scholarship. 3.5.6 Have no pending criminal and/or administrative case, and 3.5.7 Have met other qualifications as may be required by the donor and sponsoring entity. 3.6 The official travel for foreign scholarship program shall be subject to approval in accordance with the rules on foreign travel prescribed for government officials and employees. Section 4. Procedures. Processing of application to any scholarship program shall follow the following procedures. 4.1 All invitations for scholarship from other government agencies, private and non-government organizations, and other scholarship sponsors, including those coursed through individual employees and offices, must be forwarded to and coordinated with the IAG through the ITDD. 4.2 Individual employees and offices may also recommend scholarship program through an official memorandum addressed to the Deputy Commissioner, IAG, through the ITDD. 4.3 The ITDD shall coordinate with the inviting/sponsoring organization regarding details of the scholarship program, including process of application, requirements, coverage of the sponsorship, and other details. 4.4 The ITDD shall review invitations and/or recommendations for scholarship programs and shall endorse programs for dissemination to all employees to the Central Records and Management Division. 4.5 Employees applying for scholarship must submit the following requirements to the IAG, through the ITDD, on or before the specified deadline. 4.5.1 Duly signed endorsement/recommendation letter with justification from the Deputy Commissioner, for personnel assigned under groups, or from the district collector, for personnel assigned in collection districts. 4.5.2 Duly accomplished personal data sheet with work experience sheet, Civil Service Commission Form number 212. 4.5.3 Individual Performance and Commitment Review Form for the last 2 consecutive rating periods preceding the period of application. 4.5.4 Certification from the ITDD stating that the personnel have no 1. Foreign or local scholarship grant in the past 2 years, and 2. Pending service obligation from previous local or foreign scholarship. 4.5.5 Legal clearance and notarized affidavit of no pending criminal and/or administrative case, and 4.5.6 Duly accomplished application form and other documents required by the inviting/sponsoring organization. 4.6 The ITDD shall evaluate all submitted applications and shall forward to the Commissioner the list of applicants for nomination to the partner government agency and/or inviting/sponsoring organization. 4.7 Upon approval of the Commissioner of the nominee/S for the scholarship program, the ITDD shall inform the nominees and coordinate with him or her/them regarding submission of the requirements to the inviting/sponsoring organization. 4.8 Upon confirmation by the inviting/sponsoring organization, the ITDD shall also inform the nominees of his or her/their acceptance to the program. Section 5. Obligations and responsibilities of the grantees. 5.1 Upon confirmation of his or her acceptance to the scholarship program, the grantee shall execute a scholarship service contract with the Bureau of Customs, stating the terms and conditions of his or her scholarship grant. 5.2 Immediately upon completion of his or her program, the grantee shall return to the Philippines, if the scholarship is held abroad, and report to the Bureau to render service on a full-time basis. 5.3 Depending on the length of the scholarship program, the grantee shall be covered by a service obligation with the Bureau of Customs for a period equivalent to twice the length of time he or she enjoyed the scholarship program. Example: 6-month scholarship program shall have a 1-year service obligation, 1-year scholarship program shall have a 2-year service obligation, etc. Any service rendered before the completion of the scholarship grant shall not be counted/considered part of the service obligation. 5.4 Within 60 days after completion of his or her study, the grantee shall submit to the Secretary of Finance, through the Customs Commissioner, the following. 5.4.1 Completion report on the scholarship enjoyed, including brief description of the program, insights or knowledge gained and practical application in the agency, problems encountered and recommendations. 5.4.2 Re-entry plan or proposal for the application of newly acquired skills and expertise to the Bureau. 5.4.3 Copy of transcript of records of grades, and 5.4.4 Term paper and/or thesis, if applicable. 5.5 Repertorial requirements of the sponsoring government, institution, and/or organization shall likewise be complied by the grantee in accordance with the terms of the scholarship sponsorship. 5.6 If a grantee fails to 1. Comply with the terms and conditions of the scholarship, 2. Complete the program, and/or 3. Render the required service obligation with the Bureau due to his or her own fault, neglect, resignation, or transfer, he or she shall refund to the Bureau the full amount spent in connection with the scholarship grant, including his or her salary, allowances, benefits, and other expenses. Proportionate refund of the monetary value of the grantee's service obligation still to be served may only be allowed after serving at least 50% of the total service obligation in the Bureau. The grantee and the Bureau shall execute an agreement of refund and agree on the mode of payment, which shall not exceed 2 years. 5.7 Participant to any scholarship program shall form part of BOC pool of trainers and may be required to serve as a resource person or module developer in learning and development programs relevant to his or her expertise or subject matter studied. Section 6. Entitlements and incentives of the grantees. 6.1 Employees awarded with scholarship grants shall be considered unofficial business for the duration of the scholarship program. 6.2 He or she shall enjoy incentives as prescribed in applicable rules and regulations and rates of expenses and allowances for official local and foreign travels of government personnel. Section 7. Repealing cause. This order repeals other orders and issuances that are inconsistent herewith. Section 8. Separability cause. If, for any reason, any part or provision of the CMO is declared invalid, the other parts or provisions hereof which are not affected thereby shall remain in full force and effect. Section 9. Effectivity. This order shall take effect immediately and shall last until revoked.